Growing up, I was always stocky, so anytime I would dance, people would always be like, oh my gosh, you're so stiff. But now I get to get on stage and do a little dance. And we're gonna see who looks stiff then. I'm gonna look like a ballerina. I see a lot of people hating on cream of rice, but it's simply because they aren't making it right. So I'm going to show you how to make it the perfect consistency every time. Now, some of y'all are setting yourselves up for failure by not buying the right cream of rice. I recommend Elevate in this flavor. If you don't like it, you might need to see a doctor. Once you add your cream of rice to a bowl, you want to add 2 to 3 times more water than your cream of rice. Stir it and then add it in the microwave for 30 seconds. This part is completely optional, but I mashed a banana in mine. It tastes great. After 30 seconds in the microwave, you want to stir and repeat the process, but the next go around, we're going to add in the banana and a good protein powder. If your protein powder sucks, your cream of rice will too, so make sure it's a good one. Mix that up, and then we're 30 seconds in again. Then you take it out, 30 seconds spin. Keep doing that until it's the consistency you like. Now, I hated it at first too, but I didn't know how to make it, and I just showed you, so the slander will no longer be tolerated. So drop a follow, and we're gonna get shredded and enjoy cream of rice together. The reason you don't like cream of rice is because you're not treating it like the delicacy it is. This is up there with briskets and blue rare steaks. That's how much attention to detail it requires when you make it. Y'all just throwing it together and wondering why it comes out nasty. No, this is step by step broken down over months of thinking and trying new things. This isn't even getting eaten today. I'm eating this tomorrow, and I'm preparing it tonight because it gotta marinate and absorb together. Y'all not hearing me. I get serious about this stuff, and I got a high carb day tomorrow, so that means I get even more. I'm constantly evolving the recipe. In my utopia, I would have my own cream of rice brand. I was just going about my day, about to eat my cream of rice, wondering when my strawberry cheesecake is gonna be here. And guess what I see? Are we serious? They are trying to make us go broke. I'm convinced of it. This day 2 of the carb up, and this time I got the bagels right. I had to jump across the kitchen to the toaster because I remembered they're in there, and I got them perfectly right. This is exactly how I like them. Think you've been embarrassed, just know I had to take my check-in photos outside. My coach said the lighting was good out there. I was in my posing trunks, and my neighbors walked out.
There's no escape from me. If you triple the price, I might let you live. They will never know what hit them.
Over the last couple of months, my mom has been getting more and more locked in with her health, fitness, her nutrition, all that stuff, and I love to be able to talk to her about it. This morning, we were having a regular conversation about health and fitness, and she mentioned insulin sensitivity. And then she took it a step further and said something about insulin resistance, and she knew what they were. All I can say is that I'm shocked. She might be more locked in than me. And honestly, that just made me more excited for when I get done with prep and we can put our heads together, use her cooking skills, my macro counting skills to cook up some dope recipes in here. All right, this is the last part for today's carb up, but golly, you got the rice cakes, peanut butter, 40 grams of cream of rice, my second time having cream of rice today, and then we got the creamy made out of just protein powder and water. It doesn't get much better than this. A good whey drip could be what's missing from your cream of rice. And I've seen that some people don't know how to make it. So, of course, I'm going to show you. The things you need are your protein powder in a small cup. And what's optional is peanut butter. Protein powder in there. This is about 15 grams. I have my peanut butter too. You want to take your water. You can always add more water in, but you can't take the water out. So add it slowly. I just add a little bit at a time until I get the consistency I want. It looks sloppy at first. That means I need to add more water. A little bit more water though. Kind of tedious, but you really got to give it time and really work it in there. Especially if you're using peanut butter, it takes it a bit to kind of mix it in. And depending on how you like it, it should kind of look like this. Mine is a little bit more runny than I normally do it, but it should look like a sauce. Pour it over your cream of rice. Don't mind the color. Depending on the color of your protein powder, and then on top of that, the peanut butter, the color may not always be great. All right, guys, we finished the carb up. We did a trial show day today, and it went perfectly. We nailed the look. So for the rest of the day, before I go back to my normal diet tomorrow, we get to eat. I got 100 grams of cream of rice. I got 2 big meals. I get rice cakes again tonight, and I get a cheat meal. So we're going to feel good, and then we're about to go train. Should get a crazy pump. But yeah, today officially marks 1 week out, and we're feeling great. I'm excited. Like, I can't wait to see how we look next week. Got all the reassurance I needed that we nailed this look on this car, but I walked outside and my mom was like, golly, you look strong. Is that what they're supposed to do? She was talking about the carbs. That means a lot because she's literally the reason that I got locked in the gym in the first place. She used to call me out on skipping the gym. She used to tell me my chest was little when I walked around the house with no shirt on. So when she approves, that means we did it right. Do your lifts get worse in prep? This is a great question because so many people experience a decline in their strength and performance during prep. For me personally, I didn't start noticing that until a couple weeks ago, but that was perfectly timed with a change in my training plan. 5 or 6 weeks ago, we changed to a machines only plan with a little bit higher volume. And then last week we changed to no more training to failure. Also, we're no longer doing heavy weights. So yes, my lifts have gotten a little bit worse, but it's harder for me to notice because my training has changed throughout prep. I promise every time I think I got a good video or picture of myself, something is off. This could have literally been my new profile picture. And of course, I'm not all the way in the frame. Nah, nope. That stuff is nasty. Like, I don't understand how people eat that stuff. I don't like that at all. Guys, it's finally time for us to try our cream of rice that we made using the new strawberry banana royale flavor from Muscle Sport. Definitely say I've been pretty excited to try this, almost scared to. Right now, the chocolate covered strawberry is my favorite, so I gotta see how this matches up with it. One thing about Muscle Sport, they have not messed with a flavor yet. It seems like every combination they come up with is spot on. I really think this is going to be good with that new strawberry cheesecake elevate flavor that's coming out, but we're just going to have to see. But yeah, that's about as close as you're going to get to a strawberry banana royale. I give it about a 9.4. Another thing I forgot to add is when I added this to my cream of rice, it made the texture a lot better. Anytime I don't feel like posting a video, I think back to moments like this, where I'm sitting here studying people from the 1800s that have nothing to do with bodybuilding, nothing to do with content creation, and nothing to do with getting a sponsorship from a gym brand. This is not the life for me. One thing that I did not know about before I got into prep were buffing muffins. And of course, throughout this entire prep, they have taken over my feed. But I compete on Saturday. I want to know if I should try one. And if so, which one? I see this German chocolate cake one, and that's my favorite type of cake. So are they worth it? Are they even good? I got a lot of questions. It's Monday, and if you have been tagging along for the past couple of weeks, y'all know that I like to do my weekly goals here, but it's also the first Monday of May, so we're going to do things differently. We're going to do monthly goals. The reason I do this is because when I have these things written out and I can see it on my wall as a reminder, it makes me take those steps even when I don't feel like it to achieve those goals. I recommend y'all start doing this with me, and what I like to do is set the goal a bit higher than something that would be considered realistic. I've been writing the monthly and weekly goals out for a couple months now, and I'm telling you, the growth has been ridiculous. I find myself being so much more productive in every aspect of my life, and I've improved in every aspect of my life, whether that's spiritually, emotionally, and content. It could be anything. I have it written down on here, and I take steps every day to get better. I'll do it this week. Set your monthly goals, your weekly goals, set them higher than you normally would, and then we'll check back in next week for the weekly goals. Want to know how my day is going? I'm eating cream of rice. I just ordered more cream of rice while also waiting on some more cream of rice to get here. One of the most underrated things when it comes to meal prepping is using gallon bags instead of those giant Tupperware containers or glass bowls like I used to. I don't have to wash dishes. I don't have to use spoons to scoop it out. I can literally just pour it straight out the bag, and it takes up way less space. A comment like this on just about every video I make about cream of rice, and I just want to say, do it how you want to do it, and let me do the same. Let everybody else do the same. Some people are willing to spend the money. I am willing to spend the money. This is the only sweet thing that I've had in 5 months. This is the only sweet thing that I get. So I'm going to get the ones that I enjoy. Let us all just enjoy it the way we like it. We are cream of rice comrades. As somebody that doesn't really watch or listen to podcasts, one that gets me hooked every time is the Huberman Lab. Stuff on there about fitness, building muscle, setting personal goals, basically every aspect of personal growth you can think of. He and the people that he brings on there are super wise when it comes to that stuff. I usually listen to it when I'm on a longer car ride, like say I'm going back home, and I leave with a different mindset and a different way to approach my next day every single time. As y'all know, we got a couple new muscle sport flavors in, so when I try something new, I gotta give y'all a review. Pretty excited for this one because I really like strawberries. All right, that's definitely solid. This will definitely be the flavor I use with that new strawberry cheesecake Elevate coming out. That's pretty good. Compared to chocolate covered strawberry, I'm still picking chocolate covered strawberry, but those are two different things. This is pretty good though. I'm gonna probably get another one of these. I'm gonna give it an 8.9 out of 10. If it had inclusions, it would probably be a little bit higher, but that's an easy one to just keep in a rotation. A ton of people ask me how to get more vascular and the different things I take to get vascular, and I'm gonna tell you, you can't. Your veins and the layout of your veins are completely genetic. Some people are just born with thinner skin, so it's easier for their veins to show, and cooler vein layouts like lightning bolts going through their shoulders. What you can do is reveal your own vein layout through having a lower body fat percentage. You can also make sure that you're staying hydrated and just overall getting bigger muscles. Your veins sit in between your skin and your muscles, and when your muscles are bigger, they're going to press up against the skin more. The lower body fat you are, the more your veins are going to show. But there's no way to make yourself gain more veins. If I had extra money to throw around right now, I would literally buy a new phone just for check-ins. I go through my camera roll, it is nothing but pictures of me in my posing trunks and my underwear. My camera roll isn't even putting together these cool slideshows from vacations anymore. It's doing slideshows of me doing quarter turns 3 months ago. Only getting worse. Now I'm checking in multiple times a day with my coach, and it is crazy. All right, guys, we are officially 3 days out from our show, so that means it's perfect time for a prep update. Today is the last low day until we get to have a carb frenzy. Tomorrow, we get our bagels again, 90 grams of cream of rice. We get tons of rice throughout the day. It's an abundance of carbs. Also shaved my entire body today, and that was an experience. And I'm also not ready for my tan on Friday. That is unfortunately going to be another experience. I can admit that I have been pretty stressed out this week, more today than any other day, but I've had exams, I've had to move out my apartment, and just being in the peak week is a pretty hectic week. It's a lot, but I'm back. I'm back in my mode. It explains why I haven't posted almost all day. I've been all over the place, but we are back. It is almost time for the carb up. Y'all are going to be there every step of the way. As most of y'all know, I compete on Saturday, and I was supposed to get my hair done today to get my regular braids back. I've not heard from the stylist all day, so I'm going to have to rock the nappy fro on stage, and I just want to get some thoughts on what we think about rocking a nappy fro. I'm thinking when I hit my back double bicep to do a little hair shake, but I don't know. In case you needed a reminder to appreciate stuff while it's still there, I used to get sad when I only had 80 grams of rice at the end of the day. Now I have none. But we carb up tomorrow, so who cares? All right, guys. It is 11:58, and there has been a slight change of plans. The carb up was supposed to start tomorrow, so 2 minutes. It was supposed to start in the morning. It's starting tonight instead. I just got off the phone with my coach. He's working his magic, and I'm letting him. He's telling me to eat more food now, and I'm going to. The only difference is I may not get cream of rice tomorrow, but that's fine. We'll just have something after the show. But it's crazy seeing how much just goes into bodybuilding and bringing your best look, being full, coming in full. It's crazy, and I really like being able to see this in real time with my own body. All right, what a way to start this carb up. I'm finally back home where my show is. I'll be here for the summer. I can kind of chill out now because today has been all over the place. I started out this morning, had to finish packing up my apartment. I had to go to the gym, do a little bit of cardio while also eating after the gym to then make my sister's graduation on time. I downed probably not, it was 90 grams of cream of rice in the car. I downed that in like 30 seconds. And I had to leave the graduation, come back here to make it back home in time for my next check-in. I really wish I had a camera following me around all day because I walked in the house, dropped my clothes, and checked in. Now that we're finally back home, we got our stuff moved out of our apartment, we can finally chill and actually start looking forward to this show again and this car book. Got a package. Take a while. Yes. Cannot wait to try these. Hopefully for part 2 of the car book tomorrow, I'll still have them in my plan. We got a ton of cream of rice reviews on the way. I got churro on the way, and I got some the banana bread flavor coming in from Mighty Pump. Anyway, I've heard Mighty Pumps has a really good flavor in their stuff. They are a little bit expensive, I will say, but all the cream of rice is already expensive. I've accepted that, and I cannot wait to try those along with the churro. And I want to start trying some Flavor Gang stuff. So y'all let me know what are the best flavors they have. All right, so I just had to come up to my attic, and I don't know how many times I've ever been up here, but look at what I found. If you want to know what got me into wanting to have muscle from a very young age, it was this. Watching people like this and watching people like this with muscle doing flips and tricks off the top rope. So I've achieved part of it. I got some muscle now. I just got to learn how to do a flip. It's peak week, so that means we're about to eat a ton of carbs. But first, you got to earn those carbs. So here's everything I ate 3 days out from my first bodybuilding show. I started the day pretty sad with 1 slice of Ezekiel bread, but that's okay because I knew those bagels were in my near future. Next, I had cream of rice, which is usually fueling a crazy workout, but since we're so close to the show, these lifts aren't ridiculous. For meals 4 and 5, I had the exact same thing: tilapia, rice, and asparagus. And then this right here was sad: ground beef and no rice. But once again, I knew the next day I would have a ton of it for the carb up. But there was a change of plans. My coach said he wanted to fill me out early, so we started the carb up early. So to finish off the day, I had 4 rice cakes, rice, and tilapia. But this got me excited. We are 3 days away from being shredded. So drop a follow and let's get shredded together. All right, guys, we are almost on the dot. 24 hours out. Couple quick updates. I got my hair done. Last minute call. Had to get up at like 4 a.m. to go get it done. And then I have my tan tonight. I have check-ins to the show tonight. And then my coach sent me my meal plan this morning for today. He told me to go get a double shot of espresso from Starbucks. I've been trying to drink this, and when I tell you this is the nastiest thing I've ever had, it is disgusting. So I'm gonna try to finish it here though. I need to hurry up. All right, my sister is having a graduation party today, and I heard her and my mom in here talking about the different things they're gonna have to eat: donuts, cookies, cake, all those things. And I'm just like, why couldn't y'all wait another day? But my mom said, don't worry, son, we'll have plenty left over. But yeah, all these things are gonna be filled up. It's a ton of stuff in here. If it's a lot left over after my show, I might do some damage. All right, y'all, I'm packing my bags to go weigh in. And I'm going through the list my coach gave me of stuff to bring: rice cakes, honey. And I'm like, man, I know I'm forgetting something. I almost left my sock. I would have been in some trouble. Already not looking forward to this whole tanning situation, but that would have been terrible. I'm glad I remembered that right before I left. All right, I just got done getting my tan done. Y'all might not be able to tell right now. When y'all said it was cold, I didn't think it was going to be that cold. Why? Why does it have to be cold? I don't know, though. We made weight. We got our tan done, got a little goodie bag. Now it's time to start eating again. I will say, having a weigh out peanut butter and honey on the go, like in the floor, is pretty annoying.
Tell them leave me alone. Swimming in my drip, 2 fishes in the pond. Tell them leave me alone.
We're gonna do this one the right way. Pisces.
I don't like medals. I want trophies. It has been a long day, but I'm officially done with my first ever bodybuilding show. All right, so how I was feeling after prejudging and how I'm feeling now are 2 completely different things. And so many people have helped me just gain a new perspective on this show specifically as a whole, and bodybuilding as a whole, how it kind of works. But after prejudging, I'm not gonna lie, I was disappointed. I was disappointed in myself, especially because I've worked so hard, and I felt like because I didn't place as well as I wanted to, that meant that I didn't work hard enough. But that's not what that really means. Of course, you can always work harder. The biggest room in the world is the room for improvement. The thing that I needed to understand, and my coach helped me understand, and so many people helped me understand, this is a stack show. The whole point of this show was to get the experience for going into these next two shows. The look is going to be better. Conditioning is going to be better. I'll have the experience. This show was a pro-am. I was going against natural and enhanced guys. It was my first show. It was a huge show. There was so many people back there, and doing that for a first show is a really good opportunity to get experience, and I'm glad I did. I found myself being super hard on myself just because, I'm competitive. I like to win, and hearing second, third, it sucks. But that's just going to light a fire up under me to keep getting better, especially over the years. And I had so many people come up to me backstage or just throughout the venue saying, man, you got potential. And that really just makes me want to live up to that potential. Overall, my posing in men's physique could have been better. I lost my abs. You know, the big thing in men's physique is keeping your abs tight the entire time, and I didn't realize it. But I started losing my abs. And keep in mind, I did 7 different classes. So I went straight from classic, scrambled, put on my men's physique shorts. It's a lot, especially at a show that big. That is a lot to do. So, you can expect to be tired from doing 7 classes, basically all back to back. But it's just little things, little posing corrections that this just comes with time. For my judge feedback, I went up to him and he was like, conditioning. It was just conditioning. And I knew that going into the show. Me and my coach both knew that this show was a warm-up show for the next 2 shows. And the OCB show in 2 weeks, going for a pro card, hopefully. And then 2 weeks after that, I'll have a natural NPC show. And basically the idea was to ease and get better every single show. So the OCB show, get better than we did this show. And then after that, for the natural NPC show, have that be our best look. Because if we would have came with our best look today, as peeled, as lean as possible, the next 4 weeks would have sucked. Appreciate my coach for helping me understand that this is the show that you want to gain the experience from, and let the next 2 shows be where you really dig deep and, bring better conditioning. But this one was just an experience show, and it was a great experience overall. I do wish I would have done better, but, like I said, I can only use it as a learning experience. These next 2 shows, I'm coming ready. Like, we got hardware. We didn't do bad at the show, but I don't like medals. I want trophies. These cream of rice brands have been on a crazy run lately, and it seems like everybody's starting to make them. But today, with this review, I'm going to switch it up a bit. I'm not trying to elevate. I'm going to try this Mighty Pump's banana bread flavor. And the first thing I noticed when I got this package in the mail is how full the bag was. There's like no space for air in here. This stuff smells exactly like banana bread, and that makes sense why so many people say it tastes super good, but I got to see for myself. Just to prove to y'all I'm not lying, I'm going to let my mom come smell it.
Sound like banana bread. Oh, it's banana bread.
And I've heard that Mighty Pump's has not only really good flavor, but also super clean ingredients. And it looks like that seems to be true. Let it sit in the fridge for a couple hours, and that is what we are working with. I'll be honest. If there's an S tier for cream of rice, it has to be in there. I'm not really sure how you make banana bread that accurate in cream of rice. All the flavors I've tried of any cream of rice, this might be top 3. So this is an easy 9.1 out of 10. If I match that up with the banana cream pie flavor from Muscle Sport for a protein, I don't even want to say what the ranking would be.
Wake up. We gonna do this one the right way. Groove. Smooth. Oh. Wake up. This the feel. This is soul.